looking at methods to improve profit with this video. To improve profit, you either have to increase your revenue or reduce your costs, or do a mixture of the two. And here are some strategies that you could use. So this area of the course wants you to look at how you could, but also to evaluate any negative consequences or identify any negative consequences that could occur because of that action. So a business, to increase revenue, they could increase promotion, but that might be expensive depending on what it is. They could increase their prices, so hopefully increasing their profit margins. But if sales fall, then that might actually decrease overall profit. They could reduce prices, but then sales will need to increase to then increase revenue. So it depends upon the type of product. You might be able to increase the price, and demand should fall whenever you increase price, but it doesn't fall by very much. And then that would increase profit. Or increase the total revenue and then therefore increase profit. If you sometimes with products where there are lots of competitors, though, if you increase the price, the customers just go to the competitors. So it really depends upon the product. If they've got many competitors, if it's a product that's essential for that consumer. The other way that you could do it is to cut costs, so buying cheaper materials, but quality might fall, you might get more returns as well. So if quality falls, you might get less demand for your product, but you also might have more wastage and problems reworking and refunding customers, so that increases your costs. You could buy in bulk to get discounts, but you've got warehousing costs would increase. You could theoretically, you could cut wages or salaries, but this isn't going to make your workers happy, reduce motivation, and you might get industrial action. It's also hard to do as well when you've got a contract with an employee. You can't just cut their wages, and we've seen how disastrous that has been for P&O ferries recently. You could introduce technology and reduce workers, but it's going to be expensive in the short run to be able to do that, and also you've got redundancy payments that you'll have to make. You could move location to cheaper premises, but that's expensive in the short run as well. You've got the costs of moving and you've got to find a new site. And you could reduce spending on maintenance. I think this is probably the worst suggestion, because what if your machines break down, then your whole production process finishes. So a typical question: suggest and evaluate ways in which smart cars could become more profitable or can become profitable. There was a case study that went with this as well, with more information. So they've come up with the same suggestions that I've just taken you through. But it's evaluate, so you've got to look at the impact on the business, and maybe if it was more marks as well, you'd be wanting to look at the positive and the negative impacts that there could possibly be.